hope everything works. And then hit that tweet button. And hit that and hit that. All right, and then let's see, is the stream up? Is it going? Looks like it's going. I have that on mute. If I unmute that, will I hear it? Let's see. Words. Am I audible? How audible is everything? Greetings indeed. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, I can hear me. Let's just, click this button right here and get this show on the road. Let's see if we can actually hear the game itself. It at least says it's audible. You know, I'm going to crank up the game volume just a little bit. Hopefully the game is audible. I'll pause that, so that way it's not messing with my stream. Alright, so we have ourselves a Mana remake to play. But I realize a lot of people are not particularly familiar with the Mana series, and I wanted to do a little bit of a retrospective. So thankfully we have this collection of Mana just sitting right here for me. And I've already made some save states, so I can dive right the crap in. So, first game in the Mana series was Final Fantasy Adventure. And that is actually not a bad name for the game. Because, yeah. The game was actually called Final Fantasy Gaiden Seiken Densetsu in Japan. It was originally planned as a Final Fantasy spin-off. Apparently, the original idea behind this series was, what if Final Fantasy was an action RPG? As you can see, my main character is just a Final Fantasy 1 fighter. The other main idea behind the series was to do an action RPG where you have party members. Which, I think this might be the first action RPG with party members. As you can tell by their brilliant AI. The party members of this game kind of just move around randomly and do random attacks. I'm also gonna be honest, I think this is my favorite Mana game because I love the Final Fantasy 1 classes and being a fighter. And yeah, as you can tell, it kind of seems like a Zelda clone, but it's actually not. Not exactly, anyway. Because you see, the game, as you might be able to tell, is a lot more combat focused, and I am about to die. For some reason, that didn't seem to work. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, whoops. Let's try that again, this time with feeling. It is definitely a more combat-focused game. And it does have level ups and stats and stuff like that. And it started a lot of things that would define the Mana series going forward. You'll notice a lot of familiar enemies here, like Mush Booms. The Mana Tree is here. We got Gemma Knights. We got the Sword of Mana. Lots of things that would, become mainstays of the series. I think the town of Wendell is even here. Because I'm starting to realize that every Mana series seems to... Every game in this franchise seems to open with, and then we go to Wendell. Just preparing these things for the stream. But yeah, I actually like this a lot more than Zelda personally. Because, again, it's more action-focused. I get to hit things more. Also, yeah, it has the stamina meter down at the bottom, which works very differently here than in other games because, as you can see, it fills up very slow. You see, the higher that stamina meter, the more damage your weapon is going to do. And yeah, honest to goodness, I kind of freaking love this game. I bought it back when it came out, and it did come out. There we go. Leveled up. Told you. I always put everything into stamina because oh egad. But yeah, this came out before Link's Awakening. So, and yeah, for what it is, for an old Game Boy action RPG, it's pretty darn good. It's like, don't compare this against Link's Awakening, compare this against Roland's Curse. And then it compares very favorably. I could just stick a sword out of my butt. That's great. Wonder why candy usage isn't working. But either way, let's see. Item, candy, yes. Doing something wrong here? Either way, if you press select, you can actually save your game at any time. What's this? Do I have a map, you say? Well, not the most useful of maps, but it is a map. Yeah, you're getting the idea here. Oh, geez. Rabbite. I am safe in my part of the country's lockdown, indeed. Juan. Yeah, this girl, she wanted to go see Geminite Man. Hey, are you Bogard? Excuse me. I'm looking for a man named Bogard. Excuse me. I don't know anything. Really? Go away! That is the Pendant of Mana! My mother gave me this. Are you the Geminite? Yes. It was when Vandal was trying to conquer the world with the power of mana. We fought against them to retrieve the peace. Gotta retrieve that peace, but we were losing. The power of mana was too strong. But there was a lady who assured our victory. That lady had that pendant on her chest. Seems like this girl is the key for this time. Sure is a translation from, what, 1991? Take the Madoc in the next room. Go to the cave on the east side of the mountains. Use Madoc to break the rocks in the cave. See Sibba in the town called Wendell. He knows more. So yeah. This is indeed the very first game in the Mana series. And you're getting the idea. I honestly freaking love this game. Found more candy that I can't get to work. But okay, you get the idea. So that was the first game in this franchise. Like I said, it was originally a Final Fantasy spin-off. Eventually, we got Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo. And this is where the series really began to get its identity, its visual style, a lot of the things that would really define the franchise. Unfortunately, this game had a very troubled development. I hear rumors that Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger at one point were the same game. Also, still programmed by Nasir. The programmer for this game does not know Japanese. Yeah, Nasir was Squaresoft's main programmer, and he was an Iranian American who moved to Japan, and he did not know Japanese. Either way, let's load this up. So this is the game that caused people to really gave the Mana series its identity, the bright, colorful graphics. A lot of the gameplay aspects wound up getting more solidified. And yeah, it was considered a huge classic and people loved it. But when people go back to it nowadays, and there's a mushroom, I'm already unconscious. When people go back to it nowadays, they often go, what the heck, what was the big deal? Why did people like this game so much? Because the combat's weird. Like, you barely do any damage unless you wait until your meter is full. So there's a lot of waiting around to hit things, and when you hit an enemy, they get, like, paused and they freeze there. And, like, you can kind of stun lock them, but doesn't do any damage. Like, it's a very strange system. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of hiccups. There's actually a lot of flaws with this game. And it causes people who hear that this is some kind of legendary title to go back and go, what the heck was the big deal? And it's a lot of you had to be there. Because, like, people like to go, well, this wasn't the best action RPG on Super Nintendo. It's like, there weren't a lot of better ones, to be honest. And she's dead. Good. Good, I'm the best at this game. Okay, and I can... And I'm poisoned. I'm just... You know what? Know what? Know what? This is why we have save states. Yeah, Secret of Mana did not age well. But the major thing... One of the main reasons why people were like, oh my gosh, this game is so awesome. How do I do this? The ring menu's a little on the confusing side. One of the main reasons why people were like, this game is so awesome is, because you could play it 4-player. Or 3-player, rather. And, yeah, because there is a third-party member that we don't have yet. And, yeah, you could actually, it was 3-player drop-in, drop-out combat. So, what that meant was that at pretty much any time, someone could grab a controller, hit the start button, and join the game. And now that I think of it, there was pretty much no other action RPG quite like Secret of Mana. And I know this because I have a particular friend, and no, I don't mean you, Sissy Squatch, who every single time a new RPG-ish thing with some degree of multiplayer comes out, he asks, is it like Secret of Mana? I want it to be like Secret of Mana. Why isn't it like Secret of Mana? Oh, and I realized there is no other game like this, not even other entries in the Mana series. By that I mean, essentially a full-fledged single-player action RPG with drop-in, drop-out multiplayer for more than 2 players. I can think of a couple with 2-player drop-in, drop-out. Spectrobe's Origins, actually, did a very good job with that. It's what makes that game good, to be honest. But the whole, like, 3-player drop-in, drop-out co-op in an RPG that spans, you know, a big old world with multiple towns and pre-made characters that have actual, like, backstories. There's, you know, cutscenes and plot and stuff. There's nothing else like that. I ran out of those stupid antidote things. There's nothing else like that. And the combat's clunky, but at the same time, it's interesting. Because, yeah, you are sitting there waiting for your meter to refill, and you have a charge attack. There's, like, there's 2-hit lunge you can do, which I think is timing-based. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I think it's timing-based. Not even pulling it off anymore. There it goes. Yeah, I think that's timing based. I do like that. I like the fact that it's not just whacking buttons. It was, and yeah, like the way this game had not particularly aged well, definitely catches people off guard, but a lot of why people are, and yeah, like the story is very basic. Hey, guess what? It's another evil empire trying to use the power of mana to conquer the world. That is literally the plot of almost every Mana game, including Trials of Mana, which we will be getting to in just a minute. So, yeah, this is how this game went. It's yeah, no, it was considered an absolute classic, because, yeah, it was like that with the multiplayer. Not to mention the colorful graphics, the visual style. It definitely created its own universe that some people fell in love with. And that's why people really like and miss the Mana series, because it was this grand adventure with friends, and that was neat. But anyone who goes in there going, yo, where's the deep character development, the good story? No, not in this game. This is all about, it's all about playing with friends. And co-oping and shit, and I think I'm actually gonna save here. And yeah. One of the other weird things, though, also the music, Trials is not going to have multiplayer, and yes, I'm salty about that too. That's kind of what I'm building up to there, William Paul. Good to have you here. And yeah, no, this game is still awesome, but it's a kind of awesome where you can't be a newcomer to it. You need a lot of context. Like, I see way too many new kids coming in here being like, what the heck is up with this weird combat, and why isn't the story good? I thought this game was supposed to be a legend. And yeah, actually, I think, ooh, treasure chest. Please tell me that's an antidote thing, or a couple wishes. Candy won't fit. Of course candy won't fit. So yeah, you know what? We're gonna take a little bit of a detour. Let me turn on my PS4. And yeah, music's amazing. But this game was actually pretty darn successful in the States, enough that we got a special Made for America sequel called, hope that didn't ruin anything, called Secret of Evermore. And yeah, we got that instead of Trials of Mana, or Seiken Densetsu 3, or whatever you want to call it. And that didn't go over so well. I'm salty about it. For me, I associate Mana with multiplayer, and I'm really concerned about some things. But anyway, so as you can probably see where we're going with this, recently-ish, they did a remake of Secret of Mana. And this wound up being a very interesting thing. Pop that right in here. Get that loaded up, and while we do, let's appreciate that fantastic artwork. Because, oh baby, that is some good art. I love how that looks. I think the girl from this game, who I guess her default name is Purim, thinks she's my favorite character in the Mana series. For numerous flagrantly obvious reasons. Also, I'm super salty that there's no way to get the pre-order DLC costumes for this game. And no, I won't play Secret of Evermore on the stream. Secret of Evermore is, like, not a bad game, but no one likes it as much as Secret of Mana. Anyway, let's load my game, which I think is at the exact same point. Oh yeah, I've got to save in the Haunted Forest. We'll load the guy's naval save. So I remember I still don't have the sprite in this save. And yeah, when this came out, a lot of people were really salty because they looked at it and they were like, what the heck? This looks like a mobile game. They were, yeah, a lot of people saw this. They were like, oh my goodness, Secret of Mana is being remade. I'm so excited about that. I love that game. And then they take a look at the graphics. They're like, why does it look like a mobile game? Well, you see, Square Enix had initiated what they called the Mana Revival Project. And their plan was that they were going to remake all 3 of the main games in the Mana series. And they did remake Final Fantasy Adventure as Adventures of Mana on mobile and PlayStation Vita download only. I really wish they would port that to Switch because I really want to play it. And, yeah, then they used that same engine to remake Secret of Mana. So yes, this is running on an engine for mobile games. And I'm sitting here wondering why this doesn't have a Switch release. Because it seems like it would be a perfect fit. And yeah. This remake here is certainly not terrible, but it does come off very awkwardly. A lot of people are like, I remember this game being so much better, and it's only when they go back and they play the original, they go, oh wait, no, there's actually some really nice quality of life improvements in this game, and it does have some charm. By the way, if you hate the music, just so you know, because I know it can be a divisive point to many people, this actually does feel pretty darn good. Like playing it side by side with the original. And it does have, this one does have 3-player local co-op. But yeah, you can change the music. Let me see, what, is it start? Let me see something. There you go, sound source. Also, yeah, it does have a dub that I haven't bothered to listen to at all. I get my X's and O's confused sometimes due to me playing on a Korean system, and so my X's and O's are constantly switching. Does she have a charge attack yet? Yes, she does! Yeah, this remake isn't that bad. They definitely overcharged for it, though. But yeah, anyway, as I was getting to, a lot of people were disappointed. They were like, why didn't they go all out with this remake? And then you realize something. In America, Secret of Mana is the definitive Mana game. It's the Mana game everyone loves. Why didn't they do a better job with it? But in Japan, this is not quite the case. Because they got Seiken Densetsu 3. And as such, this is the awkward middle game between Seiken Densetsu 1 and Seiken Densetsu 3. It was good, but it was leading up to 3, and as such, 3 is the super definitive Mana game. Yeah, exactly. We didn't get Seiken Densetsu 3, which is honestly the better game. Which it is now time for. Where's that button? There. It's actually not a button. I'm manually switching these HDMI cables. So this one's, yeah, it's that one. This is the one. So, let us hop into that, and then we can move right along to the thing. Go play this in English, and I actually really want to compare the intros between the original and the remake. So I think we are going to start a new game with Angela. We'll play a little ways into this so I can compare. And immediately this game is awesome because you get to choose your main character. There's 6 different main characters. Go with Angela. My secondary is going to be Kevin. My tertiary is going to be Reyes here, who wound up getting kind of lame in the remake. She's the favorite waifu, though. So yeah, let's compare some intros. Because I've been watching other people play the Trials of Mana demo, and I think they might have copied the intro script word for word, so let's find out. Also, OEGAD, don't listen to the dub. Because that makes it even worse, because the dub in the Trials demo is really stilted. In the Kingdom of Altena, the true Queen's magic kept the freezing temperatures surrounding the snowy lands at bay. So this is a game we did not get in America until, like, a couple months ago in this collection. Although, it was probably one of the first games to be fan-translated. But as the mana of the world grew weaker, so did her power bit by bit. The ice and cold began to encroach on the castle. And that would mean they'd have to wear sensible clothing, and we can't have that now, can we? It is important for mages, especially sorceresses, to bear as much skin as possible. Citizens, we all feel the magic drain from the land as Mana weakens. For our mighty Kingdom of Altena, this is of grave concern. We shall not sit idly while our country crumbles. No, we must open the forbidden portal to the Sanctuary of Mana and obtain the Sword of Mana. Be still. Legend says the portal sanctuary only appears after activating the Mana Stones throughout the world. Obviously, no country would willingly give up the precious Mana Stone, so they expect a certain amount of resistance. We shall muster our strength, take the Mana Stones by force. Our true queen will obtain the Sword of Mana to rule her magic empire. Long live the true queen. Glory to Altena. Hooray! Oh, come on, Jose. Hush, no need to shout your eye. Honestly, I know you used to be sharp as tennis court. Hang on, I do not need another trip down your whiny memory lane. Just teach me yesterday's lesson. Told you cannot learn magic simply by learning the steps. Your magic has to be manifested. Magic has not manifested because you rely on form instead of spirit. Another link. This child. Look, there's Victor. Hey, Victor, hey. Morning, Your Highness. Please don't listen to my dumb voice. Have you finished your magic lessons? Yeah, this seems really close. Angela, Princess and Heiress of Altena. Angela grew up fatherless in the shadow of her mother's royal duties. Childhood was extremely lonely. Instead of affection, she received scoldings. She knew the queen had important responsibilities that kept the two from playing, but that didn't stop her frustrated tears. Yeah, this script is really, really close. Starved for attention, the princess grew into a rebellious youth. She often acted out, playing pranks on members of the court. While Angela grew as beautiful as her mother, she remained woefully unable to wield the magic power of her bloodline. Also, I'm noticing that the sprites in this game look a lot closer to the ones in Legend of Mana, which I do have somewhat queued up. Should anyone want us to hop into Legend of Mana for a brief look, but these sprites look really Legend of Mana-ish. Actually, see a lot of where Legend of Mana came from playing this game. Achoo, it's got much colder lately, including the way that Legend of Mana feels more beat-em-up-ish. Apologies, can't let you in. What am I even trying to do here? This is definitely one of the improvements in the remake, is that they give me quest markers to tell me where to go. So, apologies that this intro sequence is going to be a little long. I have absolutely no clue about that line, but I do know that apparently the remake is adding an extra chapter and new classes, and the evil classes for the ladies look incredibly skimpy. This makes me happy. Like, skimpy enough, there is question of if the PlayStation version will even have them. And I'm like, I'm interested in this, because it is like straight up 90s skimpy. And, you know I approve of that. Actually, while we're here, because I could just show this off real quick, like, oh, geez, I have a save there. I think I fucked up. Crap. Crap. I overwrote that save. Wait, no, that'll work. I'll put the quick save here. Doom-de-doo. Because nighttime. Just quickly pop it in here so we can take a quick peek at the combat. Oh yeah, that's right. I friggin' made it to another town. This isn't even that starting town. Playing the Kevin game. Which, oh yeah, Kevin looks so much better in the remake. With his transformed form, I mean. I wanna show a little bit of the combat real quick, like. What, is everything just staying dead? No, good, there we go. I noticed that they, switched to a side view. Much like they have up and down attacks, but they prefer side view. So, like, the movement even feels a lot closer to Legend of Mana in this game. Because Legend has sort of a side-scrolling look and feel to it. Like, almost beat-em-up-ish. I won! Boom! Beasterize! You won! Good times. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. Quick save that there. Oh, and back to where we were. Let's try to get through Angela's intro sequence. Oh, good. There's a save statue. Not really a point to that, considering everything. But we'll use it anyway. Do you have anything good to say? Yeah, the scripts in the considering how recently the translation was done, it is the scripts were probably handled by the same team. But I have a feeling like even the Japanese scripts are probably like really close. You tell me things. True Queen and Flower will be wilting due to the chill. Where is the one boy? This is the big problem. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, maybe talking to you will help. Old man! Not much colder lately. You are of no help! I can't let you in. We have to do something! Cripes! You know what? I have a great idea. I have the best idea. We are going to use the remake to help us get through the original. Let's skip straight to the remake. Yeah, how about that remake? Where'd I put that thing? Gosh darn it. You'd think I could keep these HDMI cables straight, especially when I just had, there it is. I have the remake demo downloaded on both Switch and PS4. But, I wanted to play it on PS4 first anyway and see how much of a downgrade the Switch version is. No, the Switch version runs at 30 instead of 60. But yeah! Remake time! Let's do it! Please! Please give me the pointers! No, we're gonna do the remake and the original simultaneously, so the remake can help me get through the intro to the original. That's the plan. There, I got them on 2 parallel systems. We got this. My Switch is paused, and now we got the PS4 on. We're gonna do because quest markers. Yeah, I am a genius. I am the genius man. So here is the remake, which the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the way they're handling the Mana series is almost like they keep screwing up in the weirdest ways. Like the fact that they announced the remake of which, by the way, this is important. You could transfer your save data into the full version, and you can level up to level 7 here. So you can literally get a head start, and it lets you play as all the characters, which is why this is a freaking 7 gig demo. Also, it does have an original music option, but Gosh darn it, I am using that remake music. Because it sounds really good. You can switch at any time. But first and foremost, voices Japanese. Because, oh, the dub in this is bad. Let's crank that music and drop those sound effects. That's how I usually roll. BGM audio source, remake, save settings, yes. Let's get it on. Like, look, listen to this. I will tell you, I like Charlotte's dub voice because she winds up sounding like Elmer Fudd. But yeah, no, we'll just stick with that. Normal difficulty. Now we get to choose our characters. There's Angela. There's Kevin, who looks so good in this remake. His hat's stupid, but that's fine. Also, I noticed that Hawkeye stole Yuri's leggings. Also, I don't think they list who the voices are when you have the dub on. But yeah, I kind of think Riez, whatever, I think she kind of got ruined in the remake because since she's the favorite waifu, they made her like too sweet and adorable, and she has one of the worst dub voices. Just, it is very stilted. Either way, Angela is our main, Kevin is our secondary, and Riez as our tertiary. Let's do it! Proceed with this party. Yeah, I heard that about the Dragon Quest XI demo. And yeah, it is a hard call between the PS4 and Switch versions of this game. That's why I want to really compare them, because I'm trying to decide. In Altena, the kingdom of magicians, true queen managed all the kept the freezing temperatures of the surrounding snowy lands at bay. As mana of the world grew weaker, so did her power. Bit by bit, the ice and cold began to encroach on the castle. Really close script. Citizens, we all feel the magic draining from the land. As mana weakens, you know what, I'll let him speak. If it gets much colder, we'll have to lengthen your skirts, and we can't have that! No! We will grab the Sword of Mana and conquer the other countries! Man, those are some great looking windows in the background. That's disconcerting. My PlayStation 4 is getting kind of loud. Just the fans.
Hi. そんな大きな声でなくても聞こえております。こう見えましても G はその昔アルテナにその人ありと言われた大魔法使いとして。
ストップ。ホセの武勇伝はもう聞き飽きたわ。それよりもほら昨日の続きを教えてよ。
姫様、魔法は格好だけ真似れば誰にでも
really close script.
ないのですじゃ。姫様が未だに魔法を使えないのは
Yeah, Dan, I think they just really did not care about this dub. I mean, in a lot of ways, this game is being sent out to die. You realize it comes out 2 weeks after the Final Fantasy VII remake, right? I mean, they were going to be separated by a month, but then they had to delay the Final Fantasy VII remake. And that is one of the weird things about this game that a lot of people pointed out. Well, some people pointed out. This is in the same genre as the Final Fantasy VII remake, made by the same company, running on the same systems, on the same engine. And yet there's this, like, huge, this massive, quality gap. And I remember I was watching a certain person streaming it and making quite a big deal about that. About what a C-list project this must be for Square Enix. And it's like, on one hand, yes. On the other hand, I think the combat might honestly be better from what little I've played, and I really want to compare them. And more than that, I like the visual style because it's more colorful. I mean, I like the Final Fantasy VII remake for looking like an interactive CG movie, and that's jaw-dropping and amazing. But I respect this because it actually tries its best to be faithful to the original and keeping the art style and designs really, really close to the original. Like, they didn't really redesign these, any major differences. It's like, just look at the artwork for the original game. Okay. Now we get our markers and can figure out what the heck we're supposed to do. Also, one of the other differences in this game, I heard that they're actually going to let you give any character any weapon, which you couldn't do in the original. How do I talk to you? There we go. Your Highness Victor was searching for you. Okay. Yeah, FF7 had a budget. Also, this is on Switch as well, so that's another thing kind of holding it back a little, but mostly it's the budget. In fact, this game lets you jump and dodge roll in midair, which makes me very happy. I love dodge rolling in midair. Oh, I can't break that? Fine. There's still a star over here. Did I miss something? You. Well, y'all suck at your practice. I didn't even try to go in there. I already knew I couldn't. Fuck you. Just jumping out, being like, no, you can't go in here! True queen is important for something about the fate of the kingdom or some such.
グレンの魔導士殿による兵士たちの訓練が最近特に激しく、グレンの魔導士殿はますます魔力を上げている。今や
姫様、こちらにいらっしゃったんですか。女王様と早く来てくださいよ。
さあ王女様、お急ぎください。
Looks like we have our heading. All right. Yes, Angela does have boob jiggle, because if you're going to give any character in this game boob jiggle, it's gonna be Angela. Ahem. Now then. So what we have to do is just go back in the castle and talk to random people. Is this the castle? Victor was searching for me. I see where I'm gone wrong. Go down here. Were you the one saying, return to your studies. Go over here. See the mage's training. I think the castle might be a little bigger on Super Nintendo. What the crap are you? Okay. I think I've taken a wrong turn. I think I need to keep going left a bit more. Over here? You! That's not helpful. Check to the right. Yeah, here we go. This looks familiar. Mages are practicing their magic. Good. Okay, so we saw mages practicing their magic. You go to, like, a dorm-looking place. Morning, Your Highness. Wasn't over here, was it? No. I have a great sense of direction, you see. But hey,